Other players, on the other hand, there's kind of a little a pre-void. Yeah. Nah, it's all right. What was your thoughts of the game in general?
I think the game had ebbs and flows in it. I don't know. Like there's periods of the first half before like Beto started to throw his weight around because he wasn't doing that the whole half. You know what I mean? It took a while for him to get into the game and get his first chance to do that. And G's right. It was a tactic because I kept seeing Tarkowski give the ball back to Pickford and he just hit it long every single time. Tried to go down because I thought it was going to try to go against Curtis a little bit more in it because he's not a right back. Try to hit that channel. There was periods when I thought that we moved the ball pretty smooth, like it was a little bit quicker because I'm used to us like passing the ball, stopping, but it felt like a bit more one touch. It didn't lead to anything though. And my biggest problem in the first half was there was some sustained pressure from us for the period of that first half, and the pressing was good. But it was a normal Liverpool thing, like but there's nothing to show for it. And then I was like, I know what it's going to end up like with the second half. And obviously, luckily, Jota got that goal. He took the goal great. We weren't creating any other chances before that. I think it was only the Diaz cross at the back post to Salah, the header when he headed it at the keeper. Which, whatever. I didn't expect him to score a header from that angle, to be honest. I think Curtis was standing there for like a tap-in, but I think once you've got locked your eyes on the ball, you're not really looking to the side of your
side of you, yeah.
But like Salah tried to stretch the pitch on the wing, and Diaz. I think it was working for Diaz. I think he was the best player on the pitch, to be honest, for the whole game. And Salah was trying it, but he couldn't really take on his man. And then when he was stepping inside, there wasn't much going on. So that was kind of all I saw from Salah all game. And then after that, you just didn't see him in the second half. The midfield, again, is a bit like not much going on. I thought Grav wasn't good again. I thought Szoboszlai looked clueless in what he was doing. I mean, McAllister was trying, but he didn't look too great either. So then when you have that, then you just have Bagel FC and nothing in the middle. And it's just attack and defence. And if the midfield's playing like that, and they're trying to use Grav to do the protecting and that, and he's kind of like carrying the ball well, but then it's like he never knows what to do when he gets to the final third. He glitches, and then it's like, okay, I've done all of this good work. I'm going to pass the ball sideways or back now. And you know what I mean? I was surprised when he had the cross, the really good cross he put in, because I'm like, oh yeah, you can cross, bro. Like, I'm not sitting that for 2 seasons. No, seriously, can you not tell me the last time you seen Grav cross the ball? I don't remember him crossing the ball for Liverpool ever, bro. And then he goes and whips in this peach into the box. And I was like, rah, that come out of nowhere. Szoboszlai's pressing was great, but apart from that, everything else was rubbish. Like, it just wasn't good. And then Konate and Virgil, at the beginning, Konate was winning everything. I actually thought Konate looked like he was about to have one of them blinders of the games, and the way it started, he was winning absolutely everything, bro. The crowd were behind him as well. But it felt like him and Virgil were like disjointed. Like, it weren't a centre-back partnership. That was 2 singles. And that's
what I said. Sorry to interrupt you, Sam, but that's what I said in the preview video I did earlier. Yeah. And I said it felt like they were defending on their ones, bro.
There's no cohesion, bro.
Yeah, it just felt like the man them were just defending and they just thought, you know what, I'm gonna do my job, you do your job. And that was it.
Bro, he was so disjointed that like even when it comes to like running the line and holding the line and stuff like that, it was all over the place. It was just like, oh yeah, today you do you and I'm gonna do me. And then I actually thought the other 2 were good. I actually thought they were 2 of the best players, Curtis and Robbo. I thought they were good all game. And you seen like when you give Curtis time on the ball at right back, and like, he's very comfortable on the ball in it. So you don't get the marauding right back, but you do get the one who's playing decisive passes and he moves into good spots and that. I'm a bit fed up of like Liverpool fans moan about Robbo and well, say Robbo and whoever's playing right back because Curtis don't normally play there with under that thing. But clearly it's a tactic, bro. I don't understand. It's like, man, I've never played football before. If you're moaning about something that Robbo and the other right back's been doing all season, and the manager's still playing them all season, then clearly it's the tactic, and it. Manager's moaning, oh, he's getting in the way and he's doing it. Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. But apart from that, we won the game. Everton was going to make it nasty at one point, and they did. And then once they started to make the game look rough and that, I just wanted to know at that point, is Liverpool up for the fight? And we got the 3 points in it. I don't know if we need probably going forward, but it's whatever Slot wants to do. Our team not very robust, and they don't ever seem like they're ready for a fight, bro. And Tarkowski dropped the nasty high foot thing and that, bro. But I like Tarkowski in it. Like, he's a brute, bro. When you see him and Branthwaite and O'Brien, and then the big Utes, bro. Units in it. throwing the
Yeah,
weight
man,
around.
you realize, yeah,
And
these men ain't just.
Mikalenko's like he's not he seems quite frail on it, but he's pretty strong. He doesn't mind getting like, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it was one of those ones. And obviously that's what the tactic was, to get the ball up to Beto, brother, hope he knocks it down and bring everyone else into play. Luckily, like Jack Harrison and that were playing shit, so that helped.
Yeah, now when I saw him start, I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably a good
I
thing.
think he played all right after a bit though. He was quiet, but then Alcaraz, once he started getting on the ball, he just started running at us, and I was like, oh. And then they brought in Ndion, and I was like, bro, I'm glad he didn't start, because he just causes anyone problems. So, hey man, 3 points. I'm not going to dwell on it because now it's done and we've got the 3 points on it. While I was watching it, I was just more like, oh, this is boring in it, because when you asked in the preview, I thought it was going to be 0-0. That's what I thought it was going to be. So I'm glad we got the 3 points. Obviously, we're analysing it now, so I'll say what I'm saying, but I don't care. That the 3 points are done and a couple more wins and we win the title in it. It's one of those.
No, man. Still, big up JJ for jumping in as well, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got a few few of the controversial things to chop up as well, and I want to get to that as well. But I want to take your overview on the game as well before we move on to the more controversial parts. And a couple of the comments from Arne Slot and Virgil and David Moyes as well. But what's your overview of the game?
Tough game. I think I kind of alluded to it on Husam's channel. He asked me to hop on in place of Matt. Shout out to Matt from Coppish. But yeah, I thought it would be a tough game. I think the derby is never comfortable. I think Liverpool back after any international break, or when they haven't got momentum, they haven't been performances haven't been great. I think that stems back to even times on the clock where we'd lose a lot of those games or draw games, and he'd start complaining about 12:30 kickoff, a midweek game, and make all these excuses. But yeah, it was a tough game. I think Everton. First of all, I've got to give props to Moyes, to be fair, from a coach's standpoint. I think what he's done to Everton in such a short space of time without any real signings as well. You know, the way in the relegation battle, they're safe now. They're safe. And now they're going into a new stadium. They're going to get money to spend because they've paid their dues. Whatever debts they had and all of this. PSR and FFP or whatever it's called. So, look, they're cool. They've been done for that, but they're going to be in a situation now where they're going to be looking to trying to get into the top 10. And when you look at what Moyes has done, even at West Ham, you look at the base that they've got in their team right now with Pickford, O'Brien, Tarkowski, and Brandweight in particular. I think Mikalenko's actually quite good as well.
Yeah.
But that base there, and then with a couple of the forwards that they've got, like Beto looks revitalized in terms of he knows what he is and he's going to be a handful, but will cause teams problems. And if you can cause Konate and Virgil van Dijk problems up against the teams, in and around them, your Fulhams, your Brentfords, it's going to cause some more problems. He's been done well. Second back end of the season. And yeah, look, Liverpool needed to win that game. It was a big game. It would be nervy. And yeah, it was a bit stale. I think in midfield, I don't think midfield were great.
No,
I don't think midfield were great at all. I'm a bit and ahhing about McAllister. I think he's a good player, but sometimes I think, can you do a bit more for us in there? It feels a lot of the time like Szoboszlai does a run in, McAllister's this crunching people and just gives the ball, and it's like, yeah, Gravenberch do the rest and try run for everyone. And it's like, yeah, when you're in that role, this isn't like under 10s, under 11s football where you've got one player that can run through the team. He's actually passed the ball, and I think once you nullify that from Gravenberch's game, he's not. You can see why a manager might come in and be like, you know what, you're really, really good, but we're going to play this person instead, especially if they want someone to use the ball in terms of stylistically. He's been fantastic this season. I think defensively, just echoing what Saf said, Konate and Virgil van Dijk, they just didn't know what to do better, man. I think for the first time we saw what happened is Beto actually went over to Konate, and instead of Konate doing the covering thing where Virgil can just delay and stuff, it was Virgil having to go and cover for Konate and kind of get across, and it was just causing a melee of just issues, man. And yeah, look, on another day, look, he could have scored 2 goals, Beto. Do you know what I mean? He got a goal that was offside, had the other chance where he's hit the post. And yeah, man, that could have caused us a lot of problems. But that was a mad thing to me. I think Kelleher obviously done all right. And then for me, obviously, the best player on the pitch by far for me was Luis Diaz.
By
And you
far,
kind of-
bro.
and you kind of saw what
But
I
you
was.
was gas, bro. Because after I
It's
watched
not
that
even-
conversation back and forth,
Not
and I
even
was like,
gas. It's not even gas, but it's one of those ones where you know when I'm saying something, but
Yeah.
it's not there. But I can't. I'm like Hussam or this person. This is why I think Diaz is good. You know, like if you're not gonna play like this, that's fine. But these are the qualities I think he's got. And people are like, no, he's not. Play this person. It's like fine, you can play him. Again, I've said to you, man, if he's not gonna play and you want someone that's just gonna go and be mad efficient, go and sell him, innit? Sell him. But what you see is if you can keep feeding that winger, and you think about the teams that were linked with him, which are City and Barca, right?
yeah,
What they do, feed their wingers all the time, get them 1v1, and Barca try to do the same thing. You'll see that over the course of the game, he's going to cause a lot of problems. And you saw Salah, I don't know what he was, we can talk about him, but, you know, again, flattered to deceive, didn't really get the ball, didn't command, they didn't try. I saw Diaz coming into the pockets to try and get on the ball. Do you know what I mean? I didn't see Salah do that. He just stayed out wide again and was just waiting for the ball to come to him, which is fair. That's his game. I know we've discussed it with G. He's actually broke it down well. But yeah, it was a thing where Diaz done well. But again, it looked like if it wasn't going to be him to just come out of nothing, it looked like we might not score. And I think performance-wise, it was a bit worrying when you look from that standpoint in terms of, where the goal's going to come from. Because if Salah's not going to get the goals, Diaz isn't Salah, Jota's obviously been out of form, and then the midfielders don't chip in with goals. It's like, you've got no creative outlet with obviously Trent, so you don't even have that moment of brilliance with a ball that just puts someone, do you know what I mean, or right in front of goal. So yeah, man, it's a weird one. It's like